I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, y'all. This is rock bottom. You know what I mean? This is rock bottom. I guess there's one way to look at it. We can look at it. Ain't nowhere to go but up from here. You know what I mean? Today marks rock bottom. I feel like now is gonna be the shift on what we do, like how we respond. You know what I mean? Like, are we gonna turn toward like a contending championship team, or are we just gonna turn toward like a whole different team that's just like normalizing this losing? You know what I mean? I feel like today is gonna be this game is a real turning point. Like I said, I feel like today is rock bottom, and I guess the best way to look at it, or the only thing you can say about it is ain't nowhere to go but up from here. You know what I mean? Um, it was some positives. I will say I'm not gonna sit up here and say it was all negatives. But welcome back, man, to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass Pod. You got your boy Suns fan Randy in the building, and we got the Suns versus the Blazers, dog. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Blazers, man. Shout out to DA. You know what I'm saying? It was random to see him on American Dad. So shout out for him for that play. 40 minutes tonight is crazy. He played 40 minutes. I guess because it was against the Suns. Because I feel like any other game he'll play like 30, 32, whatever. So it's just interesting. Shout out to Tamani Kamara with his defense. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely, say what you will, but he was definitely disrupting Book. You know what I mean? So his defense was definitely felt out there. And I feel like they did their thing. Well, in that second half, you know what I'm saying, came together, knocked down their open shots, and just took advantage of, you know what I'm saying, good looks, and was able to just pull together all around good win. You know what I mean? So, and I feel like we got a little bit out coached, you know what I mean, in this one, a little bit out rebounded too. But yeah, I feel like it was a good game for them. It wasn't we were supposed to lose this game, but you know what I mean? But anyways, to the Suns. Listen, man, listen, dog. It's a couple things I want to get to. First, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, like I'm gonna call it. I gotta call it spade a spade. Book and Katie got to be better. Like that's just what it is. I get it. Like we need other parts, we need other moving pieces and stuff like that. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Some of these other guys we need more than 9 from Nurk, or you know what I'm saying? We need more double digit guys or whatever. Like I get all of that. But at the end of the day, like realistically, Book and Katie need to get better. They need to be better leaders of this team for sure. And I feel like I've been saying, hey, questioning Book's leading skills for the last 2 years or so, and I feel like now is really the time where it's showing like, okay, like this team don't got a leader and it shows. You know what I mean? Like we don't got a guy we look to that's I don't know. Like I said, it just seemed like I don't know who I couldn't tell you who's leading this team. So but anyways, they gotta be better. And when I'm saying gotta be better, I'm saying like efficiency. Like yeah, Katie finished with 40 or whatever, he finished with 16-28. And you know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a typical KD game. You know what I mean? Typically KD can get 40 off of, you know what I'm saying, 14 shots type shit. And tonight wasn't one of those nights, so I'm not gonna sit up here and crucify him and say like, oh, when he don't be super duper like this, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all his fault. But I just feel like there's a 40 ball, and then I feel like there's like an effective 40. You know what I mean? Or like effective 30, 40, like where it's just like, all right, like that 40 was felt. And I feel like this 40 he gave us just kind of kept us in the game. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, okay, like I'm really making crucial buckets. I'm really, you know what I'm saying? Like every bucket I'm getting is really killing them. It was just like kind of like it was like a steady jab. It was just like, okay, like you know what I mean, if that makes sense. And then Book 11 to 25 with 26 points. It's just atrocious. Missed a lot of open shots, a lot of shit that he was passing up shit too. You could tell it kind of got to him, like he was hesitant in shots that he would have took. And so, like I said, they got to be better. And I feel like it's up to Frank and the coaching staff, because I feel like realistically, what's going on to me is I feel like the Suns, we trying to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we got a lot of people doing shit that they ain't never been asked to do. We got a lot of people playing out of position. We got a lot of people doing, you know what I'm saying? Like asked to do shit that, you know what I'm saying? Essentially that's to break it down that they're not comfortable in doing. And I feel like why not just go with what works? works? You know what I mean? Like, why not use what works? Why not use everybody's strength to their advantage, opposed to like, I can see if we was on a winning streak and we want to, okay, like let's test some shit out or whatever, whatever. But it just seemed like, okay, like this shit ain't working, so let's try some. Like, this shit hasn't been working since October, since, you know what I mean. So it's just like, let's just try something new. Let's try working to everybody's strengths, opposed to like having everybody like Book is playing out of position. I don't give a fuck like how much they praise him for his point guard skills and all this other shit and all that. Book is playing out of position. Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like Point Book is not it. Point Book has never did he ran Point Book the first 4 years, 5 years in his career. Point Book didn't get us to the playoffs. Point Book didn't win us that many games. Like let's be surgical. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. I get it. Like you can break it in case emergency and okay, boom. Like he can win you a couple games in the playoffs. He can shift some shit up every now and again. But like I said, every single night, I feel like tonight wasn't really a Point Book night. It was like he was more off the ball. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, and I appreciated that. But I just feel like he I still felt like there was a lot of moments in the game where he was just like, I feel like I need to point guard this shit. I feel like I need to, you know what I'm saying, hold the ball entirely too long. You know what I'm saying? And not really run the offense type shit. So it was just a lot of that, a lot of ISO shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ISO shit, and especially when you're not being efficient, it definitely kills you. You know what I mean? Like it shows way more when Book and KD ISO and the shot don't go in, and that shit happened 4 or 5 times down the floor. Like where it's just like we can't convert, you know what I'm saying, like in a row consecutively. So, like I said, I feel like this Point Book, like we need to get away from it. We need to get play to his strength. Like, okay, like throw Jordan Goodwin in there, let him run the offense, let him set it up, and let him do. And it's just like the same shit. Like, oh, like, well, what about Grayson Allen? Grayson Allen ain't never been a fucking point guard. Like, when has Grayson Allen been a point? When is Eric Gordon hasn't been asked to run point guard since like fucking New Orleans, dog. So it's just like, why do we have everybody like? Why are we reinventing the wheel? Like, I feel I get it. I'm still there with the concept of we don't need a point guard if Bradley Beal is healthy. Like, I get it. Like, we don't. But when Bradley Beal is not healthy, we need to do something different. Like the team needs to look different. How we, you know what I'm saying? How we play needs to look different from when Bradley Beal is there and when he's gone. And that's just the reality of the situation. So whenever that click through Frank Vogel and they brain, and we might be able to pull together some wins. But also another thing too, I'm tired. I'm tired of the lineup. Katie, Book, Allen, and Gordon and Nurk. Like, can we just not do the Allen and the Gordon like back to back as like our best defenders? Can we just not like? Can we get some length in there? Can we get Metu? Like, can we get somebody like that's that can help on the boards and like I said, it's I don't know. I get it. It's so much wrong with this team, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. But like I said, I feel like in a nutshell, just to sum it up, I feel like I need Book and KD to be better, and I feel like the best way to get the best version of the Book, like let's get him in his most comfortable, and let's move away from this Point Book shit and just put that shit in the past. You know what I mean? And also, like just talking to Suns fans and just Suns, you know what I'm saying? Well, like the mentality with this team and just how I'm feeling. I just feel like, dog, like we kind of got to get away from this. We kind of got to get away from this. Bradley Beal's coming to save us. Like that shit's not happening. Like we need to start planning and playing. Like okay, like we damn if you do, damn if you do, damn if you do, damn if you don't come back. Like it is what it is. Like I still feel like we can win without him. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm crazy for saying that, but I just feel like we can't sit up here and just continue to hang our hat on like, oh man, when we get healthy, or man, it's just like the reality situation. Bradley Beal's not coming to save us. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll probably be back realistically all-star break, and he'll be trying to get his legs under him while niggas is trying to make a push to the playoffs. It's like it's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? So shit is crazy, dog. It's like I said, I don't know. I've been thinking about PJ Tucker a lot. Like, yo, can we not necessarily make a trade, but I don't know what we need to do to get him, because I feel like he would fix up a lot of shit with this team in the sense of just a vocal defensive leader. Because I feel like how many times are we gonna have defensive breakdowns in transition where motherfuckers is guarding two dudes is guarding the same person, or just like they not communicating in transition on who got who picking up who, and the other team just get a wide open three. And it just seemed like that's really the story of really what kills us. Like, if we really want to get surgical on why we lose games, it's transition defense. Like, nothing else. It's nothing. It's not the offense. It's not rebounding. It's not the fouls. It's not the refs. It's not none. It's transition defense. They get wide open three balls. Like, other teams get wide open three balls like fucking crazy. And when you give other teams wide open three balls, you can blow it. That's how you blow a 16-point first quarter lead. You know what I'm saying? And lose the game. So, like I said, man, today is rock bottom. Brace yourself because I feel like I still feel two more L's coming before it get better. I feel like we're gonna lose against the Kings, and I feel like we're gonna lose against what's it called on Luca and them on Christmas. So brace yourself, but better days is coming, man. Better days is coming. Like I said, we looked okay. Like for you know what I'm saying, I did like our defensive effort in that first half and that first quarter and how we started off the third. But like outside of that, like I really did like how we played the pick and roll. And I feel like we got a lot of steals and deflections and shit like that. But for whatever reason, they let off the gas and they just stopped playing defense. And like I said, I feel like that's when PJ Tucker S kind of guy would come in and take place because I feel like on defense we just have no vocal leader. Like we have nobody leading the charge on defense, and just because you like that's not you know what I'm saying. Like that's not what we need. We don't need just like the energy. We need actual guidance with it. But till next time, man. Peace.